Hi, AsianFeed. My name is Brandon Finn, my star in the new Apple TV Plus series Chief of War. I'm here to answer some questions so that you can get to know me better. You're going to see blood, sweat, and tears. That's the Spark Notes version. You're going to see the unification story of Hawaii. This is Hawaii's origin story, how the Hawaiian Islands became to be unified as one. What's going to happen is that Hawaiian identity is going to be influenced by outsiders, by Westerners, especially with firearms and the way they think. You're going to see relationships within the family be torn apart because of the changing of allegiance and changing of disagreements with how best to unify the islands, whether it be through violence or whether it be through peace. And you're gonna see a lot of war and a lot of fighting. It was a dream come true. I had this beautiful opportunity to pay homage to the place where I'm born and raised. I had this beautiful opportunity to don the Hawaiian helmet, the mahiole, to don the Hawaiian cape, the ahula, and show my respect for the ancestors, for the elite, for the royalty that lived there before me. And I realized not many people have that opportunity. And in that recognition, I will always be forever grateful, and it's the greatest honor of my life. Jason Momoa set me up really nicely for that. Thank you, Jason. Mahalo, mahalo, mahalo. I had a month and a half of pre-production, and so every day I spent at least 2 hours in the gym, lifting weights, doing high intensity interval training. And when the stunt team was there, we would have stunt sessions with how best to move around as these Hawaiian warriors, as these Hawaiian chiefs. And I did not take a day off. I didn't, because I knew I only had a month and a half, and it was grueling and brutal at times. And I also found it incredibly selfishly rewarding because it was the right thing to do, to pay my respects to the people before me, to people like Kahekili and Prince Kupule. And it was the accurate thing to do in terms of portraying these characters and bringing them to real life. So I spent a lot of time after the stunt training and after the workouts with my language coach, my kumu. His name is Keave Goodhue. And so we would go through the basics from the very beginning and what it's supposed to sound phonetically with the vowels, all the way down to the grammar in terms of okino and kako, which are the grammatical phonetic sounds that also are implemented with Hawaiian language in Olelo, Hawaii. And I also had a month and a half to prepare for that. In episode 1, there's a scene where Prince Kupule and Kaiana are walking away from Kahekili at the very end of episode 1. And it was so incredibly cold, and the wind was blowing through on the coast of New Zealand in this area called Afitu. And Jason and I were speaking Hawaiian to each other, and we get the first take out and we both muck it up because it's freezing and we can't focus. And we get through that take and we're walking back to our ones, to our position ones, to begin the scene again and do another take. And Jason and I, we both look at each other and we just sharing all the profanities and bad words and frustration that we had in that moment. And it was this beautiful experience for me because in that moment, Jason Momoa and I were colleagues. We were co-workers.
Right.
We were both in it together. Jason wasn't just this huge megastar that he is, and it will always be to this day, but it was this thing where he and I were both in the struggle together. And it was such a bonding moment for me, at least, that I'm always going to remember that. It was beautiful. I won't share the profanities with you because that'll be too much.
Okay.
That was the situation there. Yeah. Spam, eggs,
Sorry.
and rice. Every single day of my life, if I have spam, eggs, and rice, I'll die a happy man.
That's
I will
amazing.
put a little garlic salt on there too. The laughing face, but the one that's tilted, because the
Uh-huh.
tilt makes so much more of a difference. I always like the heart with the hands. That's always a good one. It's kind of like I have much love and support for you, but also like not too much. I don't want to cross the line. And what's the other one? Oh, you know what's the good one? It's the fire. The fire symbol is a good one. I always like to use that when I'm commenting on uh, dear friends of mine or colleagues that I've had the pleasure of working with that are doing their own thing or finding their own success. And I always like to use the phrase from Game of Thrones, it's just rain fire. Like this is your time. You're raining fire upon the industry with your work. Oh, I used to work. I used to work as a flight attendant for Hawaiian Airlines, and that's what I would be doing. I think. Yeah, I don't like to think about that because I like where I am. I actually love where I am right now.
I'm sure.
But in another world, I think I think I would have loved to find work as a lawyer. Yeah, as a prosecutor per se. Amalfi Coast, Italy. The Illusionist with Edward Norton. Braveheart with Mel Gibson. Birdcage, starring Robin Williams and Nathan Lane. Bury it. Don't show the audience anything. I need a bed. I'm gonna say a bed.
Okay.
Yeah, I need a bed. You know what? Forget the bed. I need 8 hours of sleep on a bed. I cannot do without that. The artist's name is Konkara, and they do a spin on the song, a bar song. The original is by Shabuzi, but Konkara does like this reggaeton spin on things. So look that up. Konkara, a bar song.